So for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that I moved out to the ranchette. So I'm out here in the middle of the country. I've built my little backyard garden. We're working on a bunch of other things. One of the biggest concerns has always been power and power redundancy and resiliency. So I bought most recently a 25 cubic foot chest freezer. I got a ton of meat in there. Bought a half cow this year. Now obviously got the garden. So this is one thing that I've done in the past year since moving out here to kind of offset that. So built the garden here, working on some beauties. All right, so I bought this. This is the Jackery setup, and I'm going to show it to you here in a second, but I basically just set this up during the day. It's pretty easy to set up. I run the power cable right there into the basement, get a ton of sun here, and then also get a ton of sun out here. So I can always just move it basically over here and go in that window. But really, really great setup back here. These are 500 watt panels. It comes with another one. So you basically get 1,000 watts of solar. And then we'll go inside and I'll show you the rest of the setup. All right, so we came down. I have an unfinished basement, but here is my current setup. I'm gonna eventually get another base unit here, but this is 5K, this is 5 and 5. So each of these batteries is 5K. And I'm basically gonna get my setup to have it as, and if you see here, it's now generating, so those are 500 watt, but it's generating about 360 or so watts here. So I'm pulling that solar from the beautiful sun upstairs. And in the next month or so, I'm gonna buy another one of these because these cannot get charged without this. So I'm gonna basically have this with one battery and then this with the other battery, which will give me a total of 20K of backup power. Now here's the super cool part. This bad boy right here. So this is the Jackery smart transfer switch, and it is hardwired into the main electrical box, okay? It comes with 12 breaker setups. So I basically put all of the absolute, for my veteran and military followers, mission essential panels on here. So I've got Wi-Fi, I've got the chest freezers that hold all the meat, I've got the well pump, basically like all of this stuff over here, like all the important stuff, and like the command center so that I have power in the event of a power outage. This has been like the greatest thing because now, essentially during normal duty hours, right? I can go pull this power, and then in the afternoons or evenings, I can offset some of my electric bills, especially in like peak wattage and peak burn rates. So I can actively offset my electrical bills. And then also in the event of a power outage, all of the meat and the thousands of dollars worth of stuff that I've already spent, that gets smart transfer switch over into the power bank. So if we do lose the power, all of the important stuff that I have here at the ranchette that costs a lot of money, it stays on because I have this. And then during the day, so we're talking sustained operations, I can now take these 10K units together and swap them on and off and then run the power. So I can charge during the day, still have power. And right now it's kind of just me out here. I'll have a couple friends, they come visit every once in a while. But that has been plenty good for everything that I want. And what I really, really like about this Jackery setup is this is all on wheels, and this is an actual generator. I can take this, it's heavy, but I can take this anywhere, which if you're looking at like hardwiring in your solar, you can't take those panels out when you plant them in the backyard. And it's a little bit more covert. It's not as big of a silhouette or whatever, but it really has been a great option for me. And then now that I'll have those two big units, I'll have 10K of power, at least 5K of power anywhere that I go. If I need to run my shop, if I need to run my power tools, anything that I need, I can basically run that anywhere and take these on and off and still leave. If I take one of these main units, I can still leave the 10K connected here so that if we lose power, it'll run it for about, 2 days. So I'm gonna start doing more videos like this. I hope you guys like this. I don't know if you do or not, but this is just how my brain works. This is the things that I have. So enjoy.